and today I will tell you about a very great topic of history called the Golden Age of Hindu Rulers. So this is the part 2 of it. I uploaded the part 1 I think on Tuesday, I guess. Okay, so before getting into the video, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you really enjoy the video, and set the notification bell icon to all so you never miss an update from my channel. Okay, so let's go on the subheading, the later Guptas. So Kumaragupta succeeded Chandragupta II. We talked about Chandragupta II in the last video. Chandragupta II, and if you didn't see that video, the link will be in the description for the last video too. Okay, so Chandragupta II, and then he ruled for 40 years, century 415 till 455. In 455, Kandagupta, he defeated Kumaragupta and he came to throne. Came to throne means he came to power. So basically he defeated Kumaragupta, and then but he also had to face the Hans invasion. Kumaragupta also had to face the Hans invasion. He had to face the Hans invasion like Kumaragupta in his 12-year rule, although he managed to drive them back. So he stopped the Huns invasion. He tried to do that. So the Huns were a warrior. Now what were Huns? The Huns were a warrior tribe from Central Asia. They came from Central Asia who were destroying. They wanted to destroy the Gupta kingdom. So they were destroying everything, and in India when they were attacking the Gupta Empire, they were weakening them, and in 510, finally the Huns attacked Gupta Empire again, which weakened them, and the Gupta Empire came to an end in century 550. The Gupta Empire came to an end when the Huns attacked them. They weakened the Gupta Empire, which could no longer resist them, and then the Gupta Empire came to an end in century 550. Now, Harshavardhana 606 till 647 after Christ era. Okay, so after the Gupta Empire, after many years, India broke. After the Gupta Empire, India broke up into smaller kingdoms. Vardhanas of Thanesar reunited India in 7th century. So these Vardhanas of Thanesar came to India. They didn't came to India. They just reunited India in 7th century. Harshavardhana became a king when he was 16 and ruled for 41 years. So Harshavardhana, as we are talking about him in this subheading. So Harshavardhana, he was a king of India, and he became a king when he was 16 years old and ruled for 41 years. He made the largest empire after the Guptas. After the Gupta Empire, his empire was the largest empire, and it stretched from the Arabian Sea to the Bay of Bengal with Kannauj as his capital. The Kannauj was a capital. Okay, so his Brahmin courtier Bana wrote Harsha's biography. So this is how we know about Harsha's biography. Okay, so Harsha looked after the welfare of his people. He was a very kind person. He looked after the welfare of his people. He was not like any a strict ruler like the rulers of Egyptian civilization, pharaohs, and not Nebuchadnezzar, not like that. Okay, so Harsha looked up. Yes, so he built roads, hospitals, and rest houses for travelers and protected the temples and Buddhist monasteries. So, as we talked in the last video, when the Gupta Empire rised, the Buddhism was becoming less. So there was not that much importance given to Buddhism. But when Harshavardhana came, he built more. He protected the temples and Buddhist monasteries. Okay, he made Kannauj. As you know, it is the capital. He made Kannauj beautiful with large palaces and gardens and surrounded it by a huge wall so that no one invades on it as it was the capital. Harsha wrote poetry and plays and patronized poets and artists. But his empire broke up after him because there was no one to succeed him as the king. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe and turn on bell notifications because only 67.1% of you guys watching are not subscribed. So please consider subscribing, and you can always unsubscribe later. Bye.